If you are out there quoting £2 a square metre for render cleaning because you saw some lad on a Facebook group say that's what he charges, you are actively paying the customer to let you wash their house. I mean it. You are losing money on chemical costs and setup time before you even unpack your lances. It drives me absolutely mental seeing guys fall into this trap. They just hear a number online, think, oh, that sounds easy enough, and then they wonder why they can't pay their diesel bill at the end of the month. Render isn't concrete. It's a finished, delicate building surface, and if you treat it like a generic flat slab, you're going to get bitten. Hard. Let's look at the actual maths. Now, I'm dyslexic, as a lot of you know, so I don't like numbers spinning around in my head, but this is simple enough if we build it step by step. The standard coverage rate for a diluted soft wash solution on render is about 4 to 5 square meters per single litre of mix. So let's say you've got a typical semi-detached elevation. Let's say it's 100 square meters of render. At 4 to 5 square meters per litre, you're going to need around 20 to 25 litres of diluted solution to do that properly. Maybe more if it's heavily soiled and needs a second hit. Now, if you're mixing at a 1:6 ratio, that's 1 part sodium hypochlorite to 6 parts water, which is the sweet spot for render, plus your Clever Wash surfactant, those chemical costs add up. If you only charge £200 for that 100 square metre job, by the time you pay for your SH, your surfactant, your travel and your setup time, well, you've basically worked for free. A realistic, professional benchmark for a 100 square metre render job in the UK should be between £500 and £800. Yes, £5 to £8 a square metre. If that makes you nervous, you need to change your mindset. You aren't just spraying water. You are applying specialist chemistry safely, managing runoff, and preserving a delicate silicon-based render. And you cannot lump everything into a flat rate. Render type, access challenges, and moss pre-treatment, they all have to be separate, transparent line items. If you have to spend 2 hours scraping heavy moss or setting up towers because of a tricky conservatory, that is a premium preparation cost. Put it on the quote. Let the clients see what they are paying for and stop giving your labour away. Now, let's talk roofs. A 3-bedroom semi-detached roof is not just a roof. I hear guys pricing roof cleans over the phone all the time. Yeah, mate, 3-bed semi, call it £800. How? How can you price it without knowing the pitch, the access, or how many tons of moss are sitting on those tiles? The cleaning method you choose and how much prep work is involved can literally make £1,000 difference in your quote. If you don't have a solid pricing matrix, you are guessing, and guessing is how businesses go bust. Let's break down the actual industry standard pricing for a standard 3-bedroom semi-detached roof. If you're doing a manual scrape and a soft wash, using non-metal scrapers on extendable poles to clear the bulk, then treating with a 1 to 3 SH mix or a biocide like Softwash Pro 50, that job should sit between £900 and £1,500. Now, if the client wants a full pressure wash and soft wash, that price jumps to £1,200 to £1,800. Why? Because pressure washing a roof is a massive, complex operation. The cleanup alone takes hours. You're dealing with immense mess, water management, checking laps, and the wear and tear on your high-pressure pumps. If you're charging scrape prices for a full pressure wash, you're cheating yourself out of hundreds of pounds. And whatever you do, do not throw in the moss scraping for free. Manual scraping with specialised non-metal tools is heavy, exhausting, and highly skilled work. It is a premium preparation service, not a freebie. You also have to dynamically adjust your quote based on the pitch and the physical access of the property. If there's a tight driveway with no room for a tower, or a steep pitch that requires specialised harnesses and anchor systems, that has to be reflected in the final number. Otherwise, you'll find yourself hanging off a roof in the freezing rain, realising you're working for less than minimum wage. Protect your margins, use a proper matrix, and value your expertise. Right. That's enough waffling from me today. Have a great day, take care, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.